It's going to be an amazing race to see.
So all the 4 disciplines we've seen throughout this magnificent event. Toes in the sand. Here we go. Closest to screen. You've got Kira, Williamstown, Kiama Downs. Beautiful shots across Kingscliff Beach. They're going to hit the water first of all. What's the first leg they're going to get into, Nixie?
So the first leg's going to be the tube event. So it looks like majority of our field, the coaches have chosen men for this particular start of the race.
And of course, all these teams, Nixie, they're going to have men and women competing. They'll have different strategies. How are they going to play this one out? They want to get off to a good start. They've got all 4 disciplines to execute in the relay. So in they go, off the front of the boat. It's a great sight to see. They launch themselves out. Now we get into the swim leg.
Yeah, so the swim leg's really important in this part because it's going to give them that first lead going into the mass. So they want to get out to that can really quickly, making their strokes really big and their kick really, really big.
And you're going to see all 4 rescue formats here throughout this race. So we're starting with the tube. Then what do we go to next?
Then we'll be going on to the mass event. So remember, the mass is going to have 2 patients within that, and then they're going to have to come back in and out.
So a nice clean start across the course here. You can see very, very close. Kurrawa, Point Lookout, Barwon Heads, 13th Beach in there as well. Elwood across the course here. You can see now it's time to really put who's done the hours in the pool to work. They've been competing all day long. A lot of these athletes would have been racing across multiple disciplines. How much fuel have they got left in the tank?
Yeah, they've got to pull everything out of their tank right now. And look at those big kicks coming from those patients. They're wanting to get to that, and they're going for their pickup.
And an amazing start is it Kira, closest to the bottom of screen. They've had a wonderful transition, a huge lead as they head to the first turnaround here. This is the team's relay event coming through there. You've got Kurrawa racing up the beach. The transitions across the sand, Nixie, as we've said, crucial all day long. We've got a dropping tide. You've got to be fast out and fast back to the IRB.
Yeah, and especially that drag out. As you can see in this, is the patient and the crew need to pull that boat out off the sand before that driver gets in to go again. So as you can see, she's pulling it
through the water. Out they go once again, looking to get through, get out nice and fast. Kira with the lead here. Kurrawa right on their heels as well. Williamstown right in there, as well as we got through the middle of the course, hitting this first can once again. Around they go, Nixie.
Setting up for
that
the pickup.
patient. Beautiful. How was the pickup there from that team?
That was a beautiful pickup. And you'll notice also in the background, you've got a patient boat sitting there. So as these guys are going in, another patient's getting back onto that can.
So it's Kira at the moment with the lead as they come through that white water once again. Look at those legs pumping. Kira across the sand. They've set the tone for this race. They've let it out. Is this an Aussie Championship lead? We're going to find out. We've got a long way to go though.
We definitely do. And look at that tide going out there. They're going to have a real trouble with those turnarounds every time. Pulling. Go, girls. And
you can see that white water. The swell is sitting up a little bit with a dropping tide. It's not huge, but it's really sitting up that white water. You can see the teams getting buffeted as they head back out. A little bit of air time through the middle of the course there. The teams with a little bit of a luxury on either end. There seems to be a bit more swell rolling in. A little bit of air time over the top of that wave. These IRB spectacular. Kurrawa through the break they go, but it's Kira on the right-hand side of your screen leading this one out.
Yeah, so they're coming in from their second pickup on the mass, and you can see a massive leave coming in there.
So the mass rescue, Nixie, this is just like the simulated situations as Kira continue to lead it out. These are the situations the lifesavers are going to deal with every day on the beach, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and they're doing multiple rescues, so this is a really good technique for all of them to be part of.
So the elite level of this sport, but these are the skills they use on the beach when they're on patrol to keep you safe. Back into the water we go. The high knees into the boat, the handlers doing their jobs, looking for that one pull start. Out they go, fast onto the front of the boat. Nixie, how important is the balance of these races when they get back into the boat when they head out through the waves?
Yeah, that's right. They've got to be really clean and on the front of the nose, especially with that little bit of a wave coming up at the front. They want that crewman right on the top of the nose just to pop it over and then pull back and planing back in as they go.
And through they come once again. This team from Kira holding this lead. You're going to see the field really spread across this part of the race. As we said, 4 disciplines to execute throughout the relay. Kira absolutely clinical right now. You can see them turning that boat, getting their runner back onto the sand nice and clean, maintaining this lead.
So they'd probably be going into the teams event now, so that's similar to the mass, but they're changing over 2 different drivers and crews at the same time.
And as we've seen in these conditions, anything can happen. They've got to be really conscious with this water running off the sand. We saw it in some of the earlier races, the sprint up and down the beach. This lead could change at any time. Kira in the box seat right now, but anything can happen. Kurrawa now with a beautiful transition.
Yeah, and they're coming in for that pickup, nice and clean and neat, and not missing that patient.
Beautiful pickup. When they get to those cans and they're pulling their patients out of the water, what are they really looking to do well?
So those patients need to be doing a big kick underneath to bring their bodies right out of the water, so it makes it easier for the crewmen to set up, lock in and flick them in.
And we can see with the speed of all these craft as the transitions continue, every second counts. And these sprints up and down the beach, the legs will be absolutely burning right now. Barwon Heads 13th beach, Kiama Dan's in there as well, all chasing Kira right now. Kurrawa in the mix, back out through the whitewater they go. This is the relay event, all 4 disciplines we've seen throughout this event being raced in one massive relay. This must be a lot of fun when you're out there on the water.
Oh, it definitely is. It's 16 team members a part of this whole event, and it just makes it amazing racing. Remember, every time they come to shore, they're having to turn that motor off, get back in and start it all over again.
Team from Kurrawa there through the transition, yelling and screaming. Of course, there's 2 handlers, 18 people, all firing as one. Month's worth of work. Kira leading this one out. Beautiful shots. Kingscliff Beach down here, the home of the Coochin Headland Surf Life Saving Club. What a venue, what a location. The sun shining, but again, you can see the team waving them home. Leading this one, it's the crew from Kira. Kira up the beach. The cheer squad's a must. There's going to be high fives. There's going to be plenty going on. They've done it by a country mile. Kira, your Australian teams champion. And after the tube rescue, the mass rescue, the teams event down here, this is the big one. 16 athletes, a couple of handlers, patients everywhere. The emotion of the victory. Kira hoisting their teammates to the sky. You can see how much it means.